What is going on, guys? DBG here. And today, man, 2K Season 7 is the gift just keeps on giving. Like, I just want to again say this because, again, I have a reputation for being, like, the most negative person about 2K. And I'm going to say this right now. Like, I definitely say the most negative things about this game. And I also say probably the most positive things about this game. And Season 7 has been incredible. I like the kind of one free card a day. I like the fact that locker code some of it's, well, some of the things are locker code, some of it's XP. I like the fact that you can go into agendas for some of these cards. I like the fact that you're able to make a good team for free. I like the fact that there's no money spent players. And you know what I also like the fact? That they have the perfect balance right now in the game of, for example, LeBron James being better than Batum, but not enough better. And Giannis being better than like a Batum, but not enough better that if you put Batum or if you put LeBron in the bad player's hands, they'll beat a good player with Batum. Like, the best team in the game versus a 100k squad is like a 15-point gap if the same player used both of those teams. And that's fair enough. Like, again, they got to make their money. But I think that they struck the balance right now because there have been years and times where they really have not struck the balance well. When they really haven't, where they've basically made it so that it's you either spend money or you're screwed. And it was a bit of the case of that last year. They've done a much better job of that. And again, consistent free content is huge. So, let's have a look right here. Season rewards. Steve Nash. So, you see a Steve Nash there. What type of card is Steve Nash? Well, this is Steve Nash right here. I have zero idea. Zero idea. What his card art looks like. But we know it's going to be free. Probably agenda. They're not going to give us 2 locker code cards in a row. So 6'3" with a 6'6" wingspan. Alright, let's look at these stats. Okay, I like him. He's 98. He's 95 plus in everything that really matters for a point guard. Like, Steve Nash is never going to be good in the post. He's never going to be a good rebounder. He's never going to be a greatest interior defender. But 75. Again, interior and perimeter defense are the stats that matter and they don't matter at the same time. They're the type of stats where you're like, you need them to a certain extent, but you also don't really need them. Like, if they're like, the difference between 80, you're not going to notice the difference between 80 perimeter defense or 80 interior defense and 99. You're not going to notice the difference at all. You're still getting jammed on every time on either gen with them higher. You get a little bit better perimeter contests, but it still doesn't make too much of a difference because there's a lot more important factors to how well a player plays interior defense and perimeter defense in those two stats. So that side doesn't really matter. 70 block does not matter on a point guard. Okay, let's check out his badges. Wait a minute. He's got like 80% of the badges on Hall of Fame that you need. I mean, he doesn't need any of these badges. Dude's got 16 playmaking Hall of Fame badges, 50 Hall of Fames. And you might say, oh, he's only got 54 Hall of Fame badges. That's outdated. Let me ask you, what would any of these badges on Hall of Fame, what would any of them, except for maybe Rebound Chaser, do to a 6'3" point guard? Nothing. Nothing. Rebound Chaser is the only one you might want to give him on gold because it does help. But he's got half blinders. He's got base 87. That's his normal release, isn't it? I like that. I liked it on quick. I just didn't use this card for its card art, honestly. He's like basically this card here, except his release is on very quick. Oh, wait a minute. Please tell me he doesn't have Steve Nash dribble style. Let's go! It's quick. Alright. Pro 3 behind the back, Pro 2 escape. Pro 3 cross, that's not great, but it's fine. Alright. This card here is nice. Like, is he going to be great? No, but he's like Westbrook. He's like Westbrook, or probably a better release. He's not terrible. Like, let's compare. So, let's see what the difference are. Obviously, 226 total stats, but they're all in, like, rebounding and post-game. Let's see the stuff that, like, really... Is there any big stat that matters that's different? I mean, plus 10 interior. Some people say that matters. Hustle doesn't do anything. Stamina plus 3, irrelevant. Strength plus 5 does not matter on a 6'3" point guard. They're getting bullied anyway. Free throw plus 3, not relevant. Ball handle plus 1. Like, none of these stats matter for Steve Nash. And the rebounding doesn't matter for a point guard. So, like, you're looking at these, and they're gonna... It's gonna be preference between these two guys. And a lot of guys in this game are preference. All the small point guards are preference. But, like, in my opinion, Steve Nash... If Steph Curry had quick dribble style, I would put Steph Curry over Steve Nash. And they still have given him Steph Curry dribble style. On current gen, I would go with Steph Curry. Because of the half blinders badge, it's a bit of a weird one. So it's like, there's about 15 of the same, basically the same card. So if you want to look at dark matter point guards, include secondary position, I'm telling you, Iverson, Jason. I know Jason Williams is a little bit smaller, but he plays basically the same. They play kind of small. Iverson, Jason Williams. What's his dunk rating? 80. No, he's not in that category. Iverson, Nash, Dame, Steph, Westbrook, Ja, Rose. All of them are like in the exact, and maybe Moncrief. No, not Moncrief. Ja and Rose. They're all like in the same category of point guard. They're all incredibly similar cards, and it's all preference. If you're talking current gen, you'd probably take Ja. If you're talking next gen, you'd probably take Nash or you take Nash or Westbrook, or you take on current gen Ja or Steph. But yeah, that is basically the type of card that Steve Nash is in my team. Obviously, we have not yet got his card yet, but man, I don't mind. I think he's going to be a very solid card. I think he's going to be a very solid card. And honestly, like, I'm happy. I'm happy that we're getting these free cards. Is he going to be a game changer? No. He's not. I wish I could say he was going to be a game changer, but straight up, he's not going to be a game changer. But you know what? I'm going to get him, and I'm going to have fun using them. Again, squad builders later in the year. And that's one thing that I kind of like with squad builders, is that, like, if I'm doing theme squad builders, which I'm going to start quite soon. Well, not starting quite soon. Like, you'll be seeing 3 to 4 of them a week. It now means that even on this account where I don't have infinite MT, for example, like if I want to make a 1970s team with Will Chamberlain, I can go and use the Amethyst Wilt. Or I can use like a lower overall Dr. J or something. Like, I can do things like that. Like, almost, there's pretty much a cheap version of every card. Like, if you want to get a cheap Giannis, I assume you can go to retro. Even though I wouldn't be that high, but you can go to retro if you want a cheap John Wall. You know, the better one, you can go to this right here. So, like, I'm a fan of my team this year. I really like the way it's gone. Yeah, obviously, you can argue, oh, it should be realistic. You know what? Like, at the end of the day, realism, non-realism, all I care about is that the game works. And that's one of the problems with my team, is that, in general, the game just had... The speed patch broke the game, basically. The game was great up until January, and they brought out a speed patch, which basically affected the way players moved. And it's why the taller players became super speed. It's why small players slowed to a halt. Like, the game was at a really slow pace at the start of the year. And that worked really well, because even at that stage, most cards had like 95 speed. Or most cards had like 90 plus speed, the high overall guys. Some up out there at 95 speed. So, like, the game felt really good with 95 speed. And now, 85 speed on a tall player is just like zooming up and down the floor. Like, the patch basically broke the game. But yeah, Steve Nash. Anyway, good card. I'm looking forward to getting him. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.